Why did you decide to do a juice fast?
Well, that's a great question. I woke up in the middle of the night one night, gasping for air. And I'd go back to sleep, and the same thing happened like half a dozen times. So I decided right then and there, when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to start something. I'd heard about juicing and great results, so I just aimed at that, not knowing what it was, and said, I'm doing that.
What advice would you have for someone considering juicing?
If you're looking to get into juicing, I would say do it a day at a time and aim at least 3 days. And if you make it to 3, aim at 7. If you make it to 7, aim at 10. If you make it to 10, shoot for 21. And if you make it to 21, then you can set the goal for a big number.
Was it as hard as people make it out to be?
Well, the answer to that is yes and no. The first 3 days, yes. And I hit a low point at 3 weeks, which I wasn't juicing. I was just down to water for about 3 days. And that was a really rough part where I threw up something from deep within me. But after that came out, I found a better plan. When I found a better plan, it was just a lifestyle change from that point.
What are the results?
So in those first 3 weeks, I lost 27 pounds in 21 days. And so from a weight loss standpoint, that's pretty remarkable. After I changed my plan to include some foods along with it, which would be nuts and seeds and a vegetable a day, my weight came back up to what my normal weight would be, which means my total weight loss is about 21, 22 pounds. And then my energy level went from chronic fatigue to through the roof. I feel like I'm a teenager again. I mean, I can sleep less and go all day long.
Paul, what's your plan going forward?
Well, these last 60 days have changed my life. And so going forward, I'm not gonna go back to what I was doing before that got me in the bad shape in the first place. So I am gonna be introducing meat back into my diet starting tomorrow. But having conquered my sweet tooth and my sugar addiction for the first time in my life, I'm going to try to keep the sugars to a minimum, and the sweet tooth business is out. So I'm going to be eating meat, I'm going to continue juicing, and I'm going to rely heavily on vegetables and nuts and seeds in my diet.
Do you have any final thoughts?
Yes. We're all each 100% responsible for our health. And the choices that we make result in the life and lifestyle that we get to live. So whether it's juicing, or exercise or whatever it is, it's scary when you're looking at it and you haven't started it, but you will thank yourself if you'll show the self-discipline to step up and do it. I want to encourage you to do something that your future self will thank you for. That's what I did, and I am so glad that I did this. I will look back on this and be proud of myself for doing this for the rest of my life.